We're going to learn today a Sicha in Likkutei Sichos Chelek Chof the capital, the heading of the Sicha is Parshas Zachor. As this Shabbos in Mirza Hashem, we're going to take out two Sefer Torahs, and one of them is going to be Parshas Tetzaveh, Maftir is going to be in Parshas Zachor. Very, very interesting approach that the Rebbe takes in the Sicha, and the story of Parshas Zachor is becoming with a new light, new, completely new, as what we learned till today, till the Sicha, what means Parshas Zachor. Rebbe is going to ask a very interesting and very hard question on the idea of Parshas Zachor, and the answer is going to be Al Pi Pnimius Yonim, Al Pi Ruchnius, the idea, what does it mean Zachor? That Likkutei, we don't see in any of the other things that we have the mitzvah, with the reise of Schire, there's Sheish Schiros, there's Schiros that we have to remember always. We don't find anything that we do about it. And here comes all of a sudden Parshas Zachor, we make a special Shabbos, we call it Shabbos Zachor, we take out the Sefer Torah, and we read in the Sefer Torah. Why? Likkutei, in first glance, the Rebbe is going to say that we see that the other ones are more important than this. The Rebbe is going to be mechadesh that it's not. This is the most important thing, and that's why we're doing it in such a way. Oisalef, if the takone von Kriyas Parshas Zachor, leinen beteuro dem Shabbos far Purim, the Parsha von Zachor, es asheros locha Amalek. Yeah, there's a takone, and the Rebbe brings down the takone san sheknes agdolo, netztak Parshas Zachor do reise. It's not negea here, but it's not so negea to get into it. So it says, we read Zachor asheros locha Amalek. The Mogen Avrom is asking a question. Like the Mogen Avrom, we find doch kamo ve kamo mitzvahs von Schire, with the Schires was mit Avzich der Monen, bei Birchas Krishme, in the old Sidurim that they printed. So before Krishme it says, by the end, right before Baruch Hashem, Abocher Yisrael B'Yam B'Avo, it says what we have to think of when we say it.
New thing.
In the New Sidurim it's in Stom, they took it out.
Very
New Sidurim, they took it out. Yeah. Yeah. And the Rebbe writes, and the Alte Rebbe writes in Shulchan Aruch. Also, it's going to help us out and see the difference between Zachor and all the other. Schiras Maimed al Sinai, Maise Amalek, Maise Miriam, Maise Oegel, all this that we have to remember. Ein mitzvah sasei Torah. It's all mitzvah sasei Torah. And the Alte Rebbe is explaining where do we see it in the Bracha von Avas Soilom. Where do we see these schiras of these things? So I wrote it down. It says Uvon v'ocharto. You have to remember Matan Torah. After this, you say Le'oides lecho. What's Le'oides lecho? Remember Maise Miriam. She spoke something not nice. Lo shnore. Le'oides lecho. Our mouth has to talk good things only. Then it says Li'achetcho be'avo. What's Li'achetcho be'avo? To the Rebishter is our God and with love. It's reminding Maise Egel. And the Alter Rebbe says Shulchan Aruch. It's mitzvah sasei min haTorah. So the Mogen Avrom is asking a beautiful question. There is Schires was mit Avzich der Monen mit Birchas Krishme and Krishme Matan Torah, Maise Amalek, Maise Miriam, Shabbos, and Maise Egel. So we have 5. And the 6th one, the Rebbe brings down in the Aure footnote number 6. Noisav leSchiras Yitzias Mitzrayim sheniskar bePerush beParshas Tzitzis. So we have all 6 Schiras. Va'avosot metagnen zu leinen beTorah Parshas Amalek davke und nicht beSchiras acheret. All the other Schiras, we don't do anything about it. And here it comes to make a special hymn to read in the Torah. Der Alte Rebbe und der Mogen Avrom verrenfert, als Matan Torah, יש לנו חג עצרת. Matan Torah, שבועס, וריד Matan Torah. והוא הדין שבס, in Parshas Mishpotim, in Parshas Yisroi, in Parshas Vayakel, we read so many times about Shabbos. Mainse Miriam, Mainse Egel, why don't we make a special thing? Because it's a of negative, so that's why we didn't make something special. So the Mogen Avrom answers, why do we make Parshas Zachor something special? Because the other ones we also have. We don't have Mainse Egel, Mainse Miriam, because it's something negative. We don't want to make a celebration about it. The Rebbe says that I'm not happy with the answer completely with the Mogen Avrom. Choyre is dus aber nicht kein Tirutz maspik. Weil Leute Mainse Amalek is doch voran Purim. If you answer me that we have Shavuos, we read Matan Torah. And we read Shabbos in the other Parshas, we have Purim. What is Purim? Was is verbunden mit Schiras und Mechias Amalek, as the Rebbe brings down in footnote number 7 from the Chinuch, Dino Yolik Kroisa B'Yem Purim, that we should read Zachor in Purim. Purim has to do with Indian of Ammon, that Ammon is a descendant of Amalek. Because the Kriya from Purim, whatever we read on Purim in the Sefer Torah, is the Parsha from Melchemes Amalek. It's by Yovoy Amalek. It's very interesting. In Parshas Kiseitzi that we read Shabbos, this Shabbos is, what does it say? Zachor es Sichos Amalek. What is in Parshas Beshalach that we're reading on Purim? The story when he came by Yavoy Amalek. So the Choyre, it's enough. We have Purim. What do we need on Shabbos? A Parshas Zachor. That's the Rebbe's question and the Morgan Avrahm's answer. Die Parshas von Melchemes Amalek war Yavoy Amalek. Und noch mehr, das ist Parshas Zachor, ist der Shabbos war Purim, ist Keiche der Loisigdo Masiyeh L'Schire. Es ist doch, as Purim is the Asiyeh von der Schire, der Parshas Zachor. Gemara is asking, if comes out, let's say, if Shabbos comes out on Thursday, maybe we should read Shabbos Parshas Zachor, Shabbos next. So Shmuel thinks that that's how we should do. Rav says no. Rav says we have to read it before we have to have first the Schire reading in Torah, and then Mainse reading Megillah, doing the mitzvahs from Purim to show the Nes and the Nitzochen of Ammon that he's a descendant of Amalek. So the Rebbe is coming back now to his question, even after the answer of the Morgan Avraham. Einfach, was darf man noch mal besondere Takone auf Kriyas Chiras Amalek und bis das der Shabbos wird angerufen, Shabbos Parshas Zachor kayetz bose. What's going on here? Why?
Isn't here directed because of Amalek? It's about Haman and Haman, so to speak, that Haman came from Amalek, but it's not directly Amalek.
Give a look in footnote number 7, you'll see. Vedino yolikroiso this Parshas Zachor b'yom Purim lefi shu me'inyono shel yoim ki Amon rosh yoim Zachor. And Rashi in Gemara Megillah says, Lismoch mechias Amalek mechias Amon. There's some connection between them. So if you come Purim and you read, you yotze with that. And we read Vayovoy Amalek. Why don't we read something else?
Why talking about Parshas Zachor? Because Zachor, it's not Zachor. Vayovoy Amalek is possible. Vayovoy Amalek is called the Melchama. But the Poel Purim, you read in Poel Purim, you do everything about Mechias Amalek. Bilza may also learn that Melchemes Amalek. Not that Melchemes Amalek is Zachor. If Melchemes Amalek is Zachor, then you wouldn't have to read now Zachor. But as Zachor says, Abun mit Schiras from Mechias Amalek. Bilza the Schiras from Purim. Why do you read the from Amalek? Why do you read the Chal with Amalek?
We don't do anything else from Amalek.
I know, but no, the whole idea of Purim is a raya that you learn Vayovoy Amalek. Why do you learn Amalek? Why do you learn something else? Purim.
There's a connection between them, between Amalek and it.
Is Amalek. That's the Parshas is Parshas Amalek. Purim was in form Amalek. A simon as everything we do is Mechias Amalek.
The Rebbe is finishing up in the hour 7. Look at this, unbelievable. The Ramban. Ve'i esmach lemikra Megillah min haTorah. This is reading Vayovoy Amalek. You understand? So Megillah as a smach of Mikra Megillah min haTorah. Okay. Is the fun mashma, but we still see, as Rabbi Holtzman said, we still see that what we read Vayovoy Amalek, we read the story of Amalek. Und der fun mashma sagt, der Konnen von Parshas Zachor ist nicht nur, weil es ist ein Stock ins Mann meyuchet zu der Monnen, meins Amalek. That is what we made Shabbos Zachor is not because we don't never another time. Weil es ist da Israel ve Inyan meyuchet in Schiras meins Amalek, der gab it andere Schiras. It must come to a conclusion that there is something in reading Shabbos Parshas Zachor, the story from Amalek, and we call it Shabbos Parshas Zachor, has to be something unique, something with Amalek. You have to understand what is it. Darf man verstehen, was ist der Rime Juchat bei Schiras meins Amalek, was ist nicht bei der anderen Schiras, was der Fahrt, man darf gefahrt der Schire, kwerk wenn Kriye Juchat ist. What is the specialty in making a special thing of taking out a Sefer Torah and reading in that we don't do by any of the other things? Now the Rebbe is going to say that the other ones are more important in first glance than this Schir of Amalek. The other Schir are in Yonim Klolim, in the Ranoge von Eden B'Choles B'Chol Mokem. The other things that we have to remember is much more important than the story of Amalek. And the Rebbe is going to explain why. Maimedar Sinai, what is it? Matan Torah is doch the Yesod von ganz Torah mitzvah. So why don't we make something special, a special Shabbos that we should call it Matan Torah? And also Shabbos is for the mitzvahs klolios. Brings them from the Sefer HaChinuch that Shabbos is a mitzvah klolios. Und was ist spoil nicht nur auf dem Tag von Shabbos, nur auf alle Sheishes Me'achoi. It has an effect of all the Sheishes Me'achoi. The Zohar says that Shabbos is called Vaychul HaShomayim Eloshim Kiloyoin. Whatever we didn't do, Shabbos is being elevated, everything from the last week. And the Rebbe said by Farbringen, I remember it very clear, I said it a few times, that sometimes we could, in one aspect, we would look, the Shabbos before Yom Kippur or Shabbos after Yom Kippur is higher than Yom Kippur. because Shabbos for Yom Kippur is being blessed from him. Shabbos after Yom Kippur is being elevated. Whatever you did in Yom Kippur, you could elevate it more. So Shabbos is a thing that it's being not only Shabbos, it's a whole week. So how come we don't make nothing for it? Now let's go back to Mein Soegel. Mein Soegel, Eipach von der Neuche will Yelecho. So we should have made something special about this Egel. The Morgan of Roman says that it's negative. It's not negative. It's something that we could learn from it. How bad and how not good it is. This thing. Always have to remember that the Rebbe is one, and the Rebbe said even special. Even more so. It says in Parshas Kisiso that when it's going to come a time that God forbid it's not going to do Averes, always going to be something there, punishment for the Egel. Yeah. So what do we learn from it? Damit es Aiden, der Mond es Aiden. So if you remember, the Mein Soegel, if it has an object in Sumera, so nicht kommen zu Evkoid Aleim, aber in the same. Because remember, if you're going to do something, you're going to get paid for also for the Egel. So be very careful. How come we don't make anything about it? So Take the Mogavrom says it's negative, but they have a very good positive also there. And the Rebbe says not only in Sumera, but das ist euch Keule lo Evchobgit na Seitoiv. You're going to learn to do good things also. Now we're going to go to Ma'aseh Miriam that he says it's negative. Now, Ma'aseh Miriam was lechoirani proti. It's not like the Egel that everybody did. Was hat nicht gebracht. Kein Tetzues war klar Israel auf alle Deure. She was saying Loshnore. She was punished to be closed for 7 days, and that's it. There were euch in dem Faran a Heroe. We have a beautiful Heroe. The Rebbe says in footnote 15, it's important always, because without this being careful, it's something that you could not be nitzel from, even from over Loshnore, not Loshnore itself, or even from, what do you explain in English, over Loshnore? What? Over Loshnore means in Yiddish, it means dust of Loshnore. That it's not real Loshnore, it's something that it could be. As with the Alter Rebbe brings in Gersa Tshuva, the story from Rabbeinu Kodesh Eskison, who wrote it. He said, I didn't write it. So it's enough. No, he said, who wrote it? He told him, Klach Loshnore. But this is the Choire, it's maybe not. Anyway, Avak Loshnore is not real Loshnore. So the Rebbe says it's so important. Look, even more, it's important to write to alle Yidden. Wie viel es darf sein Desirus von Loshnore? Was ist von der Averes Achir Chamurois? Die Chazal sagen, die Gemara bringt dann in Erchin, als es ist Magdil Avoinois, keneged Gimel Averes, Avoye Desore, Begil Arais, Beshvich Odam. Die Gemara brings proof an Loshin Oro, that there is by those 3 Averes, it's mentioned also the same Loshin as by Loshnore. So Loshnore is like Avoye Desore, Begil Arais, Beshvich Odam. Und zusammen damit, even on top of it, von der schwerste Ausgeht wäre legamre von ihr. Everybody knows that. It's one of the hardest things to hear a Geschmack Loshnore and say, I'm not listening, I'm leaving. I'm not going to listen. It's, I'm not talking, I'm just listening. And before when you stay in shul and somebody says it on the other side, he's not even talking to you. Why should I go away? He's not talking to me. I'm just listening. The Rebbe says, and again in footnote 18, the Eino dom nitzel mimeno bechol yoim. The Gemara in Babasra says, you can be safe from it. It's a thing that everybody falls through. So why don't we make anything special about Ma'aseh Egel and even about Ma'aseh Miriam and the other things look also more very important, Shabbos and Matan Torah. It comes, we leave everything on the side. What do? Amalek. What is going on here? What is it? Shenke, now comes the Rebbe back to Ma'aseh Amalek. Shenke is Ma'aseh Amalek is a mitzvah protis. It's a mitzvah protis. And sie enthalten schliche kein Limut for jeden Eden bei Nogosai. Und noch ein Limut kloli. It doesn't teach us something. It should be something in general in life of a Eid. Pays, it means them, the Rebbe is not finished. It means them is noch starker. The Tachlis for Schiras Amalek is Mechias Amalek. Where do we see it? In the same Parsha that we're going to read Shabbos. Zachor is Asherosh Amalek. By then it's going to say, Mochoi Timche Zecha Amalek. So why do we have to remember it? Remember to always, as the Rebbe is going to bring down the Rambam, that the Rebbe told us to talk about it and read about it. We should get upset. We should get upset and then go. So the whole idea of Chiras Amalek is Mechias Amalek. The Rebbe is going to bring out Mechias Amalek is not even applicable today. Why are they making such a big thing? Every Shabbos Zachor. We take out every Shabbos Zachor. We can't even do it. As the Rebbe is going to explain here in his base. The Tachlis of Chiras Amalek is Mechias Amalek. With the Remshech Haksuvim noch Zachor. What does it say after Zachor? Ve'oya boneh Hashem elikecha lechom mikol oivecha. Timche ezecher Amalek. And listen to the Rambam. With Rambam is das Masbir, Sivonu Lizkor Mashaosolon Amalek, quotation from the Rambam. The Rebbe told us to remember, the least to hate them, the whole ways, when the Eure and the Foshes b'Ma'amorim, and so being awakening our anger against Amalek, what he wanted to do, Leilochim Chulu. The Baal Bisman Hazeh, now the Rebbe comes to the question. Baal Bisman Hazeh is in Shaykh Shemekayim Zendem Tzivui. For Mechias Amalek Bepoel, it's impossible to be fulfilling the mitzvah of Mechias Amalek. The Rebbe is going to give two reasons. While Aleph, number one, mitzvahs Mechias Amalek is not veniten sein in Alat Mosam. As it says clear, the Rebbe brings down in footnote 24, there's a Maimon Chazal in Gemara Sanhedrin, and the Rambam brings it down in Ilches Melochim in the end of the Sof of Ilches, Sof of Yad HaChazoko. The Rambam brings down Gimel mitzvahs nitztavu Yisrael b'knisoson le'oretz, and one of them is la'achizaro shel Amalek. First you have to do Minu Melech, then la'achizaro shel Amalek, then Binyan Beis HaMikdash. So the Rebbe says, it's not veniten sein Alat Mosam, and in a matzah from Menuche, as it says in this Parshas Zachor that we're going to read, V'oniach Hashem elekecha lecho, mikol oivecho, it's going to be no more enemies, mishaviv ba'oretz. Number one. Number two, Beis v'afilu when sie wollten gewinnen. Dit noim anal, even if we ever already these conditions, is nicht möglich zu durchführen Mechias Amalek, weil כבר רולו סנחרב, ובלבל es האוילום וכל דפוריש, מרובה פוריש. The Rebbe brings down Minchas Chinuch, that very interesting, that there is a mitzvah to Mechias Amalek, because Sancherev mixed up all the nations, and we don't know who is Amalek. So even if you find somebody you think that is Amalek, you say, I know that is Amalek, al pi halacha you could not kill him, because there is a halacha, that if Ruboy is not Amalek, yeah, Rov is not Amalek. The halacha is in other things also. Call the Porish, Merube Porish. Same thing is also. You find somebody you think is Amalek, where is he coming from? He's coming from Manhattan. He's coming from another. What is Rov people there? Not Amalek. So you can do nothing to them. So we have two reasons why we can't even fulfill the mitzvah of Mechias Amalek today. So the bottom line is, as the reign for Sichos Amalek Bizman Hazeh is nicht also in Oigei Alepoye. It's not Oigei Alepoye. Nafal Pikein, und Davka of der Schire Koivea given, a Kriya Meyuchedes, the Shabbos Meyuchedes. The Shabbos is called Shabbos Parshas Zachor. Ois Gimel, the Rebbe is going to ask, as always, one more question. According to answering the coming question, you're going to be able to understand the Shed. And what we learned till now is very geschmack and very simple. Which is a very, very, very unbelievable question. There are 6 Schiros. The Alter Rebbe says it's Me'at Torah. Comes the in of Amalek, as the Rebbe said with first glance, it's the lowest of all of them. It's nothing to do with us today. It doesn't teach us nothing, and we can't even do it even if we want to. The in of Schire is Mechias Amalek. We can do it. So I believe all the other things that it's so important. Meinse Egel is important. Meinse Miriam is important. Shabbos is important. Matan Torah is important. We don't do nothing about it. When it comes to Zechar Amalek, we do all things. That we das verstehen bei Agdim Abiyur in dem Etzem Inyan for Mitzvah Sichos Amalek. Till now the Rebbe said that why do we make a special Shabbos? Right? Now the Rebbe is going to ask, why is Bechlal the mitzvah? What is the idea of the mitzvah Bechlal for Sichos Amalek? That's the addition in Ois Gimel. But we das verstehen bei Agdim Abiyur in dem Etzem Inyan for Mitzvah Sichos Amalek the Lechoire. The Rebbe is going to be mechadish here that it's not one mitzvah, Schir and Mechie is 2 separate mitzvahs. Aleph, wie bald also Tachlis von Sichos Amalek ist, Mechias Amalek, Keniska Loel, was ist da der Chiyuv of Sichos Amalek, euch bezman wenn al Pitoiro ist Shach Mechias Amalek bepoet. Why do we need Bechlal to read Zochas Sichos Amalek when it's impossible to do it? Base, was darf man Bechlal onkommen zu Bazunder Tzivui. Why do we need a special Tzivui? Zochar es Sichos Amalek. Gedei zu Moira sein eine Fosche ist Loschen of the Rambam. Wenn Mamorim leilochem, und es ist nicht genug der Tzivui von Timche Zechar Amalek allein. We never find in all other things that we hate and we have to kill them, the Sheva Humois, and all the other ones, it never says such a thing as Zocher. It says what they did, and it says Moche Timche. The Rebbe brings it in the parentheses. Al der with the Tzivul is a Chaye Kol Neshamo, B'Shachas to the Zayin Humois. We see the same thing. Was man gefindt nicht, aber Zunder Tzivui zu the Gedenken Zere Meisem Roim. We never find such a thing. Was soll bringen dazu, as eine eure Rane Forsches wird doch immer. What is the thing of Amalek that it's so important to remember what it did? And the Rambam says, be awakening in your nefesh the anger, and then you're going to be much. But I see the fact is that that's what it is. Torah tells us how to do it. Is a fungufe gedrungen. As a Tachlis von Sichos Amalek is Mechias Amalek. Is aber do an Inyan was tut sich auf in Sichos Amalek for sich. I must come to a conclusion that there's something in reading Shabbos, Zachor Sashchosel Amalek, something special, without being able to be Mekayim in Mechias Amalek also. And for us, in every day and in every generation. So far, rechnen der Rambam, al derer ze andere Moine am Mitzvahs, Mechias Amalek und Schiras Amalek als zwei besondere Mitzvahs mit besondere Gdorim. It's not one mitzvah that you have to remember what it did, and through that you have to be moiche. It's two separate mitzvahs, and each mitzvah has her own boundaries and her own limitations, or not limitations, her own aloches. Ledugme, Mechias Amalek is von den Mitzvahs, wo seine Choivu ala Tzibur, not something an Ayochid. Und Leut Kamodeis ist das Mitzvah auf Melech von dem Tzibur. Der Rebbe bringt seine der Aure, der Mitzvah am Melech, der Melech is a Koil. Yeah? Rashi brings it down in Chumash also that an Moshe or Israel or Moshe, and same thing an Melech. Melech is the Tzibur. Und die Mitzvah hat kamot Noim. Die Mitzvah ist Noim also, conditions. Darf gelach Knesset me Israel Eretz Voi. Mashen ken Schiras Amalek. All this is talking about Mechias Amalek. Mashen ken Schiras Amalek is not a mitzvah an Tzibur, it's a mitzvah of Yed Yochid Bazunder. Every day after davening, we say this Chiras, we say Zachor Sashchosel Amalek. It's nothing to do with Tzibur. Even if you daven by Yechides, even if you're not in shul, you could say it later on in after davening in shul. And it's a mitzvah midis. B'chol mokem u'b'chol zman. Und der Inyan was wird aufgetan durch Schiras Amalek for sich, is an Inyan kloli in ganz teuro. Now we're going to come to a conclusion that it's higher than all the other things. That's why we have to do it every day. And that's why we do it reading Shabbos also. Is in an Inyan kloli in ganz teuro. Noch mehr wie der andere Schiras Anal, der Lechoire, in first glance, it looked like the other is more important. The Come on Siv Zayin, the Rebbe is going to, the Rebbe just put here this seed, the idea that we must say that there's something here in the Schire, because it's a mitzvah b'fnei atzmo, not the minchie. Something is there for us, a limud that it's higher than all the other things. And that's why we make a special Shabbos, take out a Sefer Torah, make a broche, you read on it, Zachor Sashchosel Amalek. The beer on them is going to be, as we said before, it's only in Pnimius and Yoni, because in Parshas Aksuvim, there's no, I don't see that there's an answer why we're doing it Zachor Sashchosel Amalek on a Shabbos. The beer on them. The Reim von Amalek, the Rebbe is going to explain what is Amalek, and then we'll understand what the hero is and why we're doing it. The Reim von Amalek is Yedea is Reboinoi, Miskaven Limroid Boy. He knows that there is a Eibishter, and he's miskaven to be rebel. And the far Eider Aid can make kinds of Mechias Amalek von Amalek Kipshutoi. Before Aid could come to Mechias Amalek, Amalek Kipshutoi, literally to kill them, Musa Frier Bavornen as by in him allein to the Jain Amalek. Each and everyone has every day do Schiras Amalek in the Sheish Schiros, and to remember that he has Amalek in himself also. Yedea is Reboinim Miskaven Limroid Boy. Afile nish bedakus, the Lekamon Seivov, the Rebbe is going to explain it, that first he has to deal with his own Amalek, and then he could deal with Amalek in general to kill him as it is. Those are the Teuchim for mitzvah Schiras Amalek. Now we're going to come, what's the idea of the mitzvah of Schiras Amalek? According to this, we'll understand why the Shabbos and why Zachor is so important. So nicht nur als Zachor, was darf Meurer sein zu tun, lachas anasir. The idea is not only to be awakening us to do something after that. Milchomes und Mechias Amalek Kipshutoi. Oder als durch dem Zikoren soll man sich äußern von einem Bilti Rotzui, al der Schiras, meinst Miriam zu verrieten von Loschnore. Schiras meinst Miriam will lernen, that we should be able to learn not to do Loschnore. The Choyre is also, I'm saying Zachor every day to remember that I have to do Mechias Amalek. The Rebbe says no. Zachor for itself is the mitzvah now. Because there's no Mechiyeh, so Zachor is on each and every one on his own. No Schiras Amalek Gufe, tut oif Mechias Amalek shebelev, in him Gufe. It can sein by Aiden, now we're going to explain what it is. It can sein by Aiden Amalek benafshoy. The Alter Rebbe brings on in Teiroir, footnote 41, the Zachor shel Amalek, unbelievable. You have to kill Amalek and Zachor shel Amalek. So it says, Pirush Azriye, why we call it Zachor shel Amalek? Azriye, the what he was planting, Shezoro beIsrael, that there's a prine of Amalek in it. You know, Amalek, the Kaltkeit and Ashtakoch, but there are all the other things that could be. Was will poil sein auf ihm, as soll Meure sein, Chas v'Sholem Riboinei. Each and every one has a little Amalek that he wants them to be rebel against the Eibishter Chas v'Sholem. Und wenn der Zachor ist, Asher Roshel Amalek ist bei ihm kedeboye, when you remember that every day, remember what Amalek wants from you. It's not only Zachor, he's erasing, he's eradicating Amalek from himself. He's not ausgewurzelt, abrooted, und ausgemerkt, and erased, jeder Netier, is uprooting and erasing everything that has to do with Amalek that he wants them to do, rebel against the Eibishter.
So that means that the risk of mentioning it is the Shia after.
Yes, by you.
Yeah.
By you. That's what it says.
So for something else. It's for the reason for something else. It's not something for itself.
The idea is Zachor remembered not to have Amalek, and then you'll be able to get rid. But how is it happening? Let's see next paragraph how it's happening. Unbelievable the chidush what the Rebbe is making here. Al Pizeh Yuven was this chire davke Zachor is a Amalek that we're going to read Shabbos hat man verbunden mit der Kriye meyuchedes beteuro. We take out the Sefer Torah and read it. While Torah is balabais oiv metzius. The Rebbe is going to say something very unbelievable in Ruchnis and Yonim. We're taking out the Sefer Torah Shabbos and reading in the Torah. It has an effect all year, helps us all year how to remember and be getting rid of our Amalek inside and not let them come in and do even rebel, even bedakus the dakus. It's amazing. Just from taking out the Sefer Torah and reading. Where do we see it? That was going to bring proof. The Schirot, man verbunden mit der Krimi Chedes beteuro, weil Torah is balabais of metzius oilo. Torah is balbos of Torah. If I take out the Sefer Torah and I read Shabbos with a broche, Zachor es asher olcha Amalek, Torah is balbos, and it has an effect on us. Then it gives us a koyach that we should do it every day. Zachor es asher olcha Amalek. The Rebbe brings down in the parenthesis al der divrei Chazal, Ayeduim, the famous Gemara in Yerushalmi in Edorim, al apostle Lokel Goymer Olai. David HaMelech says in Tilim Lokel Goymer Olai. So the Gemara in Yerushalmi in Edorim tells a very interesting thing. There is a phenomenon, I don't know what to call it. There's a rule in nature that a girl, if she loses virginity till 3 years, it comes back. After 3 years, Sulim, the virginity doesn't come back. Very interesting. So there's a very interesting thing what could happen. What happens if a girl became, she became 3 years, and Tezayin, Yudayin, Yitches, one of these days, she lost her virginity. Never going to get it back. It's already 3 years, right? What happens if it came late in order, Chofei order, and they came to Bezdin Hades and they say, you can't make Pesach, it's not over yet. The ways are still full of mud. It's not going to be able to come to Aliyah L'Regel. What do? Bezdin is sitting down and they make out her base. So when is she going to be 3 years old? This was her base. So she was not 3 years old when she lost her virginity. It's going to come back. The Torah is changing the metzias of this girl. So as we see the Torah is balabos on the wall. Und der Fall, durch dem, was wir verbinden, literally, wir verbinden, Schriras Amalek mit Kriyas HaTorah, Wertes HaZikorum, was tu Teuf, mit Kriyas Amalek shebenefesh. This itself is doing it, that it's helping us out all the year to do it. Look at the Rebbe Nishmo Seiden, in Sefer HaMamor, Tov Rishpei, footnote 46, ועל ידי הקריאה, שקוירה פרשס מחיאס המולק בתוירו, מזבטל על ידי זה קליפוס המולק. Bayu. I say, the Rebbe is going to bring now the difference between if it's mitzvahs min ha-Torah or mitzvah d'Rabbanon, what is the difference? And they will understand more the idea of Zchiras and Mechias HaMolek. I say, das ist ein von den Biuren, was Kriyas Parshas Zachor, is ledas roiva poiskim amitzese min ha-Torah. Okay, Rova poskim say that, and very interesting to mention. And your answer on the beginning, what you said, Rebbe brings it in one of the hours, that a lot of people that they can't go to Shul Shabbos, they don't near Zachor, there's a union to go and near Vayove Amalek in Purim. It could be that we yotze with that Parshas Zachor. It brings it down from the Mogen Avram. So we see again the connection between Zachor that we do on Shabbos that it has to do Davke with Purim. The Elohim in mitzvahs the Reise, the Rabbi is going to bring in some aspect the Reise is Ayah the Rabbanon. In some aspects, the Rabbanon is higher than the Reise. Beautiful analogy on Reise and the Rabbanon. It's not a lot of Sichos the Rebbe has. There it's very Geschmack comes up. Und die Elohim in Mitzvahs der Reise legabe Mitzvahs der Rabbanon ist was Mitzvahs der Reise ob ma starkere Peule auf und im Welt. Obviously, if the Rebbe told you to do something, so the Peule in Welt has a more effect in the world. Was der Riches in Achroinim, was seinen Mechalek, making a difference. As Isure der Reise, seinen Anisu Hefze. Raisa the Torah answers, a pig, Orle, what is it? It's a Isur Hefze, nothing to do with you. This object is also. Not only it's also, it becomes metuev, it becomes despicable by you. Mashenkin Isuri the Rabbonon, sein Leut Kamodeis, according to some opinions, Loizan Isur Gavre. It's not the object is also, you are refrained from doing it. Chachom legen a roif, an Isur of the mention, aber nicht of the Chefze Oilom Atzmo. The Rabbonon are putting something on you, but not on the Chefze. Those are mitzvahs the Rabbonon. So here we see the Meile of the Reise and the Rabbonon. Those are mitzvahs the Rabbonon of my Meile of mitzvahs the Reise. I see that in some places the Rabbonon has an advantage. K'mayim HaChazal, Arevim Olai Divrei Sofrim Yoiser Medivrei Torah. The Gemara says in Avodah Zorah that it's sweet for me Divrei Sofrim more than Divrei Torah. He says Beikar Negeya Dem Gavre. It has to do with us. Weil in dem Kiyum Mitzvah Sheishifu Rabbonon bringt sich heute der Revus mit Shuke zu sein, an Neved Hashem. Was der Fall better lechatchile Gzoir Oleinu Gzeiros. The Rebbe brings on a Mechilte in Parshas Yisroi that Eden are asking the Eibishter, give us more things. Not enough what you gave us in Torah, we want to have more. Like a siag. If you have a thing, you're afraid maybe if there's no siag, maybe you're going to fall through and doing it. So he's asking for a siag also. Danach begedungt sich nicht damit und ist noch mehr verlehen Gzeiros. He wants to have more. Oder macht siag la Torah le Gzeiros, kedei noch mehr versichern. If he wants to have a siag, something there is, what is a siag? If you don't have a fence, it's going to climb in. You have a fence, so you secure the inside. Yeah. So this is the idea of siag. So when it comes to mitzvahs the Rabbonon, it's an us that I want to have more. And why is it? Because it shows more that I'm a Eved Hashem. I want to serve the Eibishter in full. So I need the Gzeres. We could say another thing. A mitzvahs the Reise, wie bald sie poilen in Welt, auf a starke Häufen, ist bei sie nicht so kentig, another advantage in mitzvahs the Rabbonon. Ist bei sie nicht so kentig, als mit sie mekaim die Mitzvah bloß mit Zatziva Kodesh Baruch Hu, weil es Gulas am Mitzvah, was sie tut auf Boilom, is mailim with Kabbalah Sol shebekim a mitzvah, was is Tzivya Kodesh Baruch Hu. I'm going to do a mitzvah the Reise, and I know when I'm doing it, it's purifying the world. I know that there's an effect on the world, so I'm doing it to purify the world. I don't hear there so much the tzivui of the Eibishter, and I'm doing it Kabbalah Sol. When it comes to the Rabbonon, doesn't have such an effect, and I'm still doing it. I'm doing it of Kabbalah Sol because I want to purify the world. I want to do it because there's an Eved Hashem. Schenken in Kiyum is the Rabbonon. But this Gulas mitzvah is nicht so stark. As we said before, the Rabbanon doesn't have such an effect on the world. Bringt sich aus wie Eid ist mit keinem Mitzvahs, nicht weil durch dem tut auf in Yonim Nalim beoilom. Not because he's doing something great things, he's purifying the world. No, weil is a Neved Hashem, was folgt dem Rotzen mit Tzivya Melech. This is what he's doing. Aber wenn ich gehe dem Chefze, das was Mitzvahs darf man öfter in Welt, ist Aderabbe. Mitzvahs der Reise, ob mit dem Koyach HaToiro, more than them. So bei wirken der Chefze Mitzvahs von Welt ist dann Läufen, was ist nicht bei Mitzvahs der Rabbonon, kein ist kein Läuf. So we have Mitzvahs der Reise is missing the idea of Eved Hashem. Mashenke Mitzvahs der Reise from the other side is purifying the world in a much stronger way. In der Fall is Kriyas Parshas Zachor, Mitzvah Sesem in HaToiro. The Rebbe says that Rov Poskim say that it's Torah, but those get a koyach noisav as the Sichos Amolek zol oifton the Mechias Amolek. Where is the Sichos the Mechie? Benitten the Dan Shebe Odom in you, and this is shaykh every day, and this gives us the koyach of every day to say Zocher Sichos Amolek. And remember what Amolek wanted. The Rebbe is going to explain soon what Amolek wanted from Eid, and what do we have to learn from it every day, how to get rid of it. What do we have to think? But where is the koyach coming from? From Shabbos Parshas Zachor that we take out the Sefer Torah and we read it and some mitzvah do Reise. This is what gives us the koyach. Ois Vov is the Rebbe going to explain that by Eid is shaykh only Amalek bedakus chas v'sholem to say. Rebbe says twice chas v'sholem that Eid is Amalek. It's Amalek bedakus, but still we have to be careful because from dakus, if you're not careful, would come chas v'sholem to the worst things. Ois Vov. Bald das Chiras Amolik is a mitzvah midis, as we established till now, ist verstandig, als das ist ein Nien, was jeder darf sich in dem bewohnen, damit bechol azmanim. Can't say it today yes, today not, this generation yes, every day and in every place. Warum aber es hat nicht genau Chas v'Sholem, wer Chas v'Sholem zu sagen, als darf sich damit bewohnen von nicht sein. Mistam, yeah? Okay. Sorry. Okay. Chas v'Sholem v'Chas v'Cholile. Very good. Okay. Could be both. Okay. אז darf sich damit bewohnen von nicht sein, idea is Reboinoi, miskaven limroi. Chas v'Sholem to say something like that. Dafür aber ständig sein bewohnt. Always has to be careful in the medium von Amalek bedakus. Hat das von dem Kens of Sofa rauskommen an ihnen von jeder miskaven limroi Rachmon el-Etzlan. If he's not careful in dakus, it could come out to Rachmon el-Etzlan to be. How does it happen? Rabbi is going to explain all this. This is what we're going to read in Purim. By the end of Vayov Amalek, it says, in Bishalach, yeah. It says, that means that the Rebishter is raising his hand in his swearing, that Milchom al Hashem ba'Amalek midoyder. Sagen Chazal, Azein Shmoi Sholem, at sheimoch Shmoi shel Amalek. You see, it says a very interesting thing. It says a case, and it says Yudke. It doesn't say the whole shame. From this, the Rebbe is going to learn what Amalek wants and what we have to be careful with. Beautiful. Kolzman Amalek is Kayam, is the shame is Bishleimus, is Blois, Yudke. Amalek is Menagid of the Oishe, is Vovke, and Shem Avai. That's why the Rebbe says, Ki Yod al Keis Ko, because Amalek took off the Vovke. It's only left Yudke. The Rebbe is going to ask now 3 beautiful art questions on this idea, and the answer is going to be beautiful. Listen, Lechoyre Tomua. The Baltas Amalek is Miskaven Limroid boy. He wants to rebel against the Eibishter. In Oibersten is my time 3 questions. Aleph, what is the reason? Because Menaged blows of Shleimus Hashem, nicht of Hashem Miklolusoi. If he's against the Eibishter, should have said Kiyod al case, there's no Shem Havai. He's a racing all Shem Havai. Why a F? Base. In the Nigud of Shleimus Hashem, nicht of Yudke Shebeshem, was is Koide Monecha from Vovke. What is Ayah? The Alter Rebbe says in Shara Oich Vemuno that when there is a word, always when there is the first letter, is goiver of all the letters. There's a Raya from Gemara when you find a vessel in Yerushalayim, in the title of Beis Hamikdash. It says a Memanet, remember it's Mainzer, find a Tov, it's Trumo. So we see that the first letter has not the whole word. Yud K is the first 2 letters. He should have done Yud K, not Vov K. Why did you go to Vov K? And number 3, beautiful question also. Adrabe, as es bleibt Yud K, bleibt a ganzer Shem von Design, Shem and Shem and Chakim. He should have taken off the Yud K and leave Vov K. Vov K is not Hashem. Yud K is Hashem v'la'atzmoi. Yud K, Vov K is the Shem Hashem, the highest level of Shem. But Yud K is also Hashem. And it's also from the Shem and Shem and Chakim. Why did he go only to Vov K? Rebbe explained it beautiful by Vov K. What is it applicable to us? Der Bio-Bose. Die Peulos von den Dalet Oisios von Shem Havai auf Aniden wie sie stehen in seine Benefische Odom. Odom ist doch Adam el Elyoin, Betzalmeinu. We learn in Tanya, the beginning of Tanya, the Mamish Peri Gimel Dalet brings down that the same as there's in the Oilomes is created with the Esser Spheres, the same thing each and every Jew has in him the Esser Spheres. He has the Moichin and the Midas. So where do we see Shem Havai, that it is showing us on our body and in our koiches. That says very simple. Then a Yud K is Chochmo Bine Seichel. Everybody remembers that that Yud is an Nekude, called in English, you call it the lightning, that you learn with somebody and he asks you, and you toil and a toisves and a maimar and a siche, I can understand, all of a sudden, yes, I got it. The other guy tells you, what is it? He says, give me a minute, I have to, and the Rebbe says, I heard it myself, if you're going to bother him, you have Rusev, and he says, I have it, and please say it, you could lose it and never get it back. When does he get it? Hey, Yud is the Avroke, I feel that I have it, I don't have it. The Hey is Oirech V'Roichav, I have it. So this shows Ambine, and Seichel. Mashenke, when it comes Vov, Yud K the Vov, is already Midah Shebelev. Midah Shebelev is the Vov, shows on 6, Vov shows going down from up down, shows on the Midah Shebelev, and it shows also on Toiro. Then comes the Hey Achroino from Shem Hashem, shows on Dibu or Mainse. What kind of Mainse? Mitzvahs. Now the Rebbe is going to explain why we're going to see why the Vovke and not the Yudke. Ika Melchemes Amalek is of the median Poel Mamish. Amalek is fighting against Poel Mamish, against doing mitzvahs. If Moichin Alein, Prinas Yudke, is a Nishtazim Menaged. That's why we didn't take off Yudke, we took off Vovke. It's not Menaged on Moichin. Where do we see it? Im Art Nishtazim Stark, der Yedea is Riboinoi. As Meot Nora Verstand in Elikus doesn't bother him. Learn Chassidus, ever understanding himself is Yedea is Riboinoi. Yedea is Riboinoi is not a problem. Will aber das soll nicht Poel sein auf Midische Belev. Was bringen zum Achshave Dibur Mainze, Prinas Vovke. In general, Moichin, the Alter Rebbe calls them in Tanya, he calls them imois. Like a mother gives birth to a child, he calls the Moichin imois because they're giving birth to the Midas. He doesn't want. Stop. Don't go for Moichin to Midas. The other Rebbe, Demos is the Meride, a Meride Ayuma B'Yesa. When you know and you don't do, is much higher than not. And das is Mudgesh in Loshen Chazal, that he himself is Yodeya as Riboin. It doesn't say that Amalek is Mishkaven Limroy. No. There's an addition. Yodeya. Erot HaYediyah in Riboinoi, from deswegen Mishkaven Limroy boy. His intention is to rebel against the Eivishter. Weil the idea, he knows that there's a God. There's no effect on him. And in dem Prat von Amalek, as an Yodeya as Riboinoi, bringt nicht Kabbalah Sol Riboinoi, Al Kolponim Loida Yediyah, as much as he knows, it doesn't bring the action in Midas, was Kabbalah Sol is Machriach Toiro Mitzvahs, and as es fell be Kabbalah Sol Riboinoi, is a Bedakus Moride be Riboinoi. Same thing, each and every one by himself. Sometimes, you know what, we say, today is a very snowy day, we'll have mom. Just an example. There is, everybody knows what means Kabbalah Sol. Kabbalah Sol, literally, we forget sometimes what it means. It means, just imagine, we take an ox or we take a cow and put a yoke on it and it can't move. It goes only where, same thing by a person, you remember. Kabbalah Sol means put a yoke on yourself and do what the Rebbe wants. There's no seichel, no arguments, no nothing. Do what the Rebbe wants. Das darf sich jeder bewahren. Each and every one has to bewahren, protect, forewarn himself every day. Weil jeder Tag von Avoides wie dies Hashem can sein a note for a toys in the meaning of Kabbalah Sol. There could be somebody who is learning and davening and doing everything. And I was looking, where could I find an example to that? I find it very simple. Two. Meraglim. Chassidus makes from Meraglim the greatest people. They didn't want to go into Eretz Yisrael. Why? Because they didn't want to go and do the avodah. Here we have man, we have Beiro Shel Miriam, we sit and learn all day. Going to Eretz Yisrael, always make the same thing. If you want to have a piece of bread, you stick out your rent if you are tzaddik. If not, you have to bend down a little bit. You make a broche, amoitzi lechem min hashamayim. To have bread in Eretz Yisrael, 13 avodas. Always mix up. It's a mental block. 11 or 13? 11. 11 meloches. That means a quarter from the meloches of Shabbos is to have a piece of bread on the table. Choyresh, koitzer, mehamer, dosh, losh, fire, baking. 11 meloches of a piece of bread. They didn't want to go in. They were Gdoile Yisrael. They were not Koirach. Koirach, Pika Choyer. Koirach was a London. Koirach knew everything. But his seichel didn't work on his heart. So if you see, even at the highest level could be something that it's going to divert you from the real thing. You need Kabbalah Sol. Moshe Rabbeinu says, that's what you do. There's no your own rotzen. Very good, very good. Very good, yes. There is, you have a head and Moichin Midas, then there is the Meitzar Agorin, it's called. There's three things there. There's the windpipe, and there is the foot pipe, and there's the arteries, the veins, what is there. The Chassidus is being explained by those three are the Moineya from the Moichin to come down to the Midas. Yes. Say it again. I got it. Yeah, by Shasef is yeah. Okay. Isaiah. Now we see each and every one on his own pace, on his own level, wherever he's up to. Always remember that there could be in me, could be a darkest dicker Amalek. You have to overcome him. This is the avodah bechol yoim. The avodah, we have to say the Sichos. We have to remember it. And now we understand very geschmack why this Indian of Amalek is higher than all the other things that we mentioned before. Damit wir neu verstehen, was Milchemes Amalek is vorgekommen, another beautiful thing. Why did Amalek happen before Yitzias Mitzrayim? Before Matan Torah? What is the reason? Everything is with Ashgoche Protis. What is the Ashgoche Protis in that? Damit wird man euch verstehen, was Milchemes Amalek ist vorgekommen bei der Zesrem in Mitzrayim, vor Matan Torah. Bald als jeder sagt, es bei Ashgoche Protis, is movement, those Gufe, was Milchemes Amalek begashmi is given koide Matan Torah, is weil Amalek beruchni is menaget, nishulos nem inyen v'chidush fun Matan Torah. That's what Amalek is. He doesn't let Matan Torah to get the Torah to have an effect on you. And I remember that the Rebbe, I think it's a Chelek Beis or Chelek Dalet or Chelek Aleph or Gimel, there's a beautiful Sichos that the Rebbe brings down that we see an unbelievable difference between Milchemes Mitzrayim and Milchemes Amalek. It happens at the same time, not a long time from one to another. Milchemes Mitzrayim, it says, Hashem Elochem Lochem, Latem Tacharishu. The Rebbe tells Moshe Rabbeinu, you go. Not time to daven, not time to fight, nothing. Comes to Milchemes Amalek, say Elochem Ba'amalek. What is going on here? Why? What's the reason? That's just very, very geschmack and very interesting. When Mitzrayim is running after the Eden, don't look back. You go to Matan Torah. Don't look. There is a problem with them. The Rebbe is going to take care of him. Where is Amalek? Front. He doesn't let us go to Matan Torah. You have to go out and fight with him. Say Elochem Ba'amalek. That's what the Rebbe says here. Amalek came before Matan Torah to show us that this is his Inyan. He doesn't want Matan Torah to have an effect on us. The Reif of Matan Torah is, what's the idea of Matan Torah? As Torah loi b'shamayim. It soll nicht bleiben nur beruchnies. Das muss aufkommen lemato, limud bepoyel, im mitzvus meinses davke v'adrabe. A meinse oiker, it says in Pirkei Avos. This is the idea. It shouldn't stay ruchnies. Amalek says, learn Torah, but stay beruchnies. Don't come down in Gashmis. Don't do mitzvus bepoyel. Das ist gewähnt, der Rebbe ist adding on something very geschmack. Das ist gewähnt eines Amalachim. Gemara in Shabbos tells us, the Malachim told the Eibishter, what is Moshe Rabbeinu doing here? The Eibishter says, he's coming to take the Torah. So they say, Chamudo, Gnuzo, no oitcha lashamayim. It's such a precious thing. Leave a deal. Baltas Torah is tachlis aruchnis v'hilul. Torah is the Eibishter's chochmo. So they are complaining. Darf der Ort von Tno, where should you give it? It darf gegeben wer ala shamayim. Was is sagen viele von ruchnis boilem azeh. Seichel odom. Even seichel, our seichel that it's spiritual. It's a ruchnis dike Sach. Also the Torah is much higher than that. Shas mis aber mevatel de min von Amalek. As von Moyach wird nimshach in mais vepoe. You destroy Amalek and your Moyach has an effect on your heart. Es ist das Shleimus Hashem euch Wovke. Meinse bepoet. Kemen da noch mevatel sein teines Amalachim noitcho ala shamayim und es wird gegeben. Torah dole mato. Is the time of Amalek is Yud is Wovke and not Yudke. And the minute that you say that Iker is Wovke meinse bepoet, that's why the time of the Malachim falls off. What did Moshe Rabbeinu tell? What the Rebbe told Moshe Rabbeinu tell? From Zachor ish b'nechem leMitzrayim yoradet them. There is fight between you. Torah has to be davke lemato begashmis. So it's being bottled the time of the Malachim. How? Notify Amalek. That's why Amalek came before Matan Torah. Das ist euch, man war ja gut lein von Sichos Amalek. Das ist noch mehr negier wie der andere Sichos knall Seif Aleph. Rebbe said in Seif Aleph that I don't see the importance in that. Rebbe said, but after all, we see that made a special Shabbos. Must be that there's something special. Now we see what the specialty is more than all the other things that we could learn from it. Shriras Maise Miriam is fine, but this is a Yesod. The Yesod of Amalek, it doesn't let you do Maise Bepoy. This is the Rika. Weil Shriras Amalek is a Agdome Vetnai zu Klolus or Inyan von the Sinas HaTorah. Is disturbing. It doesn't let you go to Matan Torah. Before you take the Torah, muss beim sein Bittel Amalek was the lost nicht am Shoche und moich in the middle mais. What does it mean? Before you go learn, has to be already the Kabbalah soul of Mainsi Bepoil it should be. Durch kim mit Sichos Amalek was van Agolus, was mevat Amalek shebenefesh Odom as we learn till now, is be mezarez u memayer am zolkenen mekaim ze mitzvos mechias Amalek psutoi, where boilam kuloi u begashmis. Our protecting ourselves from Amalek, getting rid of darkest Amalek is going to bring us as soon as possible to the real Mechias Amalek. As it would sein, what's going to happen? It would sein the real from Minui Melech. As we said before, there's the three mitzvahs. Minui Melech. Who is it going to be? Malke Mashiach. Osevet Mevarer sein. Where is Amalek? Sancherev Bilbeles Oilom. He's going to be Mevarer, where is Amalek? Und dann noch, as they say there is in Rambam, Ilchem Melchemes Hashem, Koilel milchom el Hashem ba'Amalek. It's going to be Ilchem Milchemes Hashem Milchemes Amalek. Veyenatzeach. The Rebbe brings down very geschmack. We learn at 73. Loshen Rambam in the Prince that there was not, the censor didn't take it off. Im also veitzliach venotzach kol ha'umoy shesvivov. The Rebbe says very geschmack. Why is the Rambam using kol ha'umoy shesvivov? Yishloima shekiven al apostle. The Rambam had intention of this posuk what it says. V'oyo b'oniach Hashem elekecha lecho in the Kriya of Shabbat Zachor. B'oniach Hashem elekecha lecho b'kol oivecho misoviv. That's what the Rambam says. Umoy shesvivov. Milchemes Amalek v'inatzeach und der noch. As the Rambam says, the Seder of the Gimel Mitzvahs, that Minui Melech, and then Ilchem Milchemes Hashem, and then the Taboyin and Beis Hamikdash Hashlishi, B'meiro B'yomeinu Mamish, the Rebbe adds on in 74, it's going to be Bayis V'kisei Sholem. All the Rebbe says in Torah. Say it again. Yeah.